What's up, everybody? This is the Hodgepodge of Nothingness podcast, and I am joined by Luke Mazur and Tim Paticos. What's up, guys?
What's up?
Happy Sunday.
Yeah, just excited to get to talk some baseball with you guys. A lot going on, man. First thing I wanted to really get into was just Luke, you and me. The other day, we were just furious at the bases loaded, obvious ball 4 call on Davis, called strike 3. Wasn't even close. Was at his goddamn shin and rung him up. Dude, what was you guys' take with that?
There's a couple things I just wanted to say about that. So, McCutcheon said it best. I forget exactly what he said, but you're the Pirates in San Diego. You're not getting that call.
Yeah.
Does LA get that call? Did the Yankees get the call? We'll never know. I mean, I'm sure there's similar scenarios, but I would lean towards yes. You know, if Shohei's at the plate and he takes that pitch, it's probably a ball. If Aaron Judge is at the plate and he takes that pitch, it's probably a ball. The umpires have been bad in the past. To me, this is the worst I've seen them since I've been watching baseball, which has been a long time. The reason I say that is because in multiple instances this year, games have been decided by an umpire making a bad call.
Yep.
And that can't happen. I mean, middle of the game, you miss a call. Okay. I mean, these games are on the line and they're literally being decided by an umpire missing a call. Yeah. And that's where something has to be done about it, in my opinion.
Yeah, I feel like you and I are on the same page. I had the same thoughts. That this is the Dodgers, that this is the Yankees, same thing. I don't know what the hell the Pirates they would have, because they're a joke right now. It's like this in a lot of places. I mean, let's be honest. That whole game, the strike zone widened on our hitters, right? I mean, I think there was about 4 calls where
that was
Pirates,
not the only pitch.
He called strike 3.
I'm like, what?
He called strike 3 on Frazier and an 0-2 count on a ball that was 7 or 8 inches outside the plate.
Yep.
Yeah. And that was honestly worse than the Davis call. The Davis call was bad, very bad, because of the time it was made. But the strike 3 call on Frazier was a worse call.
Yeah. And then I want to say he called one. Was it inside and outside on Cruz? Where Cruz just looked back at him like,
yeah.
Well, my favorite thing that Cruz does now is he stares down at the ground like he's trying to evaluate.
Yep.
And like he does it for a good 10 seconons.
Yeah.
And then he looks back at them. And it's just like, dude.
Yeah, I think there was one at his knee too or something that was not his knee, but his fucking ankle.
Yeah.
And it was bad. I've been a guy who, in the past, I never really advocated for the robo umps or, AI strike zones because framing pitches and all that shit is part of the game. As a catcher, it's part of the game. But hitting a baseball is already hard enough to do. And now it's just getting harder and harder and harder and near impossible because the calls that these umpires are making. So at this point, I am very much advocating for robot umps or AI strike zones or whatever the fuck we have to do. So
at least the batter's challenge, because I feel like the batter's challenge worked out really well. You don't like a call, you tap your head, and we'll let somebody else figure out. I really thought that worked well.
I thought
it's
that
a
was
good
awesome.
Happy medium. It's very good because having an umpire is part of baseball, and I totally understand that. But
imagine Davis in that moment, guys. In that moment, he can be like, "Nah, dude, I'm tapping my head, challenging that. That's fucking bullshit." Yep. And then they do it, and they're like, "Holy shit, that was a horrible call."
Exactly. This was 8 inches, 9 inches out of the strike zone, and I really do feel like this has been going on for a lot longer than I think people realize. Because I just remember some of the calls I watched when I was a kid, even in getting mad at stuff like that. So it goes back 15, 20 years. You go back to Jerry Meals in the 18th inning.
Traditionally, there have been some umpires that are not really good at all traditionally. Yeah. But then the last 2 years, but the last 2 years, it's been really bad.
And it's been in some huge spots. And I feel like I was scrolling Instagram and I feel like I saw the Henry Davis pitch at least 4 or 5 times from 4 or 5 different sports pages. So just how big of the spot it was, and I just think it got a lot more attention because this is like starting to boil over at this point. It's a league-wide issue.
If he calls strike 3 on that in the 3rd inning with nobody on, who gives a fuck? It's a bad call. It happens. You just did it at the end of the game with the bases loaded to walk in a run to tie the game.
Yeah.
It's not just a baseball thing. It's across all sports. Refs in the NBA, refs in the NFL, umpires. Like there's bad calls are made everywhere, but like it's at the point where it is literally determining the outcome of games, and that's where it becomes a huge problem.
And here's another element of it too. So like when you're a catcher, pitch framing, man, a lot of these catchers make their money because of their pitch framing.
Oh yeah.
And so like I get it, like close calls that maybe just a tiny bit off the plate, but the catcher's really good at pitch framing. I get it. You can fool some umpires with that pitch framing. It's an important part of catching, extremely important. But my God, dude, the ball was down at his shin. And you see it, the catcher how far he had to go down to pick it back up to try to frame it. I mean, that should have been a sign right there that how far down he had to go to catch it to bring it back up. It really fooled you that bad? I have a hard time with that.
He brought it back into the middle of the zone, and it's like, as an umpire, like you can't see him move his glove 1.5 feet up back into the like. Come the fuck on, dude.
The whole point of it is the ump shouldn't even be looking back to where the glove is. Realistically, they should be watching where the ball crosses the plate.
They should be watching the ball through the zone. Yep.
And that's where it matters. And I feel like the strike zone sometimes on TV is a little deceiving because people will watch where the ball ends up in the catcher's glove and they'll see where it's at on the thing and they'll be like, well, the TV's wrong. And it's like, no, that's where the ball crossed the plate at. They have those sensors right at the strike zone.
I mean, that's kind of the thing with the camera too. Like it's canted a little bit, so like
and it's a little off naturally. And it's just a visual effect. And these batters get scanned every game for their strike zone on TV, so the strike zone's not wrong.
Right? Yeah. No, I agree. It's just hard, man. It's hard to watch them get screwed like that. But Tim, you have a good point. Like that's went on a while now.
Especially when stuff starts to seem like it's kind of coming together. We're firing on all cylinders. We just absolutely took a big fat shit on the Diamondbacks, and we go into San Diego, and we go into San Diego. We're in a spot at the end of the game, bases loaded. Yeah, and it just absolutely gets just ripped out of our hands, pried out of our cold, dead fingers. Like it's so frustrating. But
the Pirates shitting on the Diamondbacks is a good segue into the next part I wanted to talk about. Was the Bucks are playing better under Kelly. They really are. They're 10-11. He's been ejected 3 times already.
Yes, that's awesome.
So like my thing is, okay, like you go from with Shelton, like I think they were on, like it was a bad record. Their last like 10 games with Shelton, right? Or last like 15 games or whatever. So you go to Don Kelly, you fire the game planner. They fired Radley Haddad, who was the game planning and strategies coach with Shelton. They fire him along with Shelton, and they bring in Gene Lamont. They bring in Chris Tubey. They brought him, I think he was the AAA coach or the AA coach. And then Mike Rabello, the third base coach, who I think is a horrendous third base coach, but they actually let him get more involved in the planning. So, I mean, was there really a change in philosophy here? Is that what you think you're seeing with the Pirates, that there's a change? Is there anything you're seeing that's like new that is really working for them?
It looks like everyone's happy to be at work again. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
They were a rambunctious group, that's for sure, and they seem like they want to play baseball. I'm going to use an old Tomlinism here, but it seems like I just lost it. What did I want to say? I had a Tomlinism on the top of my head.
Addition, we got volunteers
by subtraction.
Okay.
Addition by subtraction. A good old Tomlinism. And volunteers, not hostages. That's another good one, Dave.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking you were thinking of. Because
so two Tomlinisms
That's
there.
what all the Pirates looked out in the dugout. They looked like they were all hostages.
Yeah,
all hostages.
I could give you number 3. Somebody went in that fuking dugout and said, "Don't be burger flippers, man."
Yeah, no burger flippers around here.
Yeah, dude. Like, I just, for me, if I'm like just analyzing, I'm sorry, actually, Luke, is there anything you've seen really besides what Tim said?
Yes, but it correlates to what he said. I think it's. I made this comparison earlier in the year when I said O'Neal Cruz is going to center. It's like a weight of playing shortstop lifted off of his shoulders. It just looks like everybody has had this like fucking dark cloud that's been following them around turn to sunshine. And I know we live in Pittsburgh, so that's probably not the case because it's cloudy as fuck every day. But the metaphorical cloud is
literally every day
lifted, and everybody is happy to be at work, and that's seems like it's made a big difference.
Yeah, I just analyzing what they're doing. It seems like the whole, we're going to try to up the pitcher's pitch count, so take, a lot of pitches. I feel like that's kind of gone. I mean, Cruz is swinging out of his shoes first pitch. A bunch of them are. I didn't see that before. I saw more, we're going to take, and they would watch strike 3 down the middle, with the exception of Hayes. Hayes still does that shit. But it seems like as a whole, they're now starting to be more aggressive at the plate. They're swinging first pitch. They're extremely aggressive on the base pass. Everybody's stealing on the base pass. I mean, a guy gets on, like literally first pitch sometimes. They're going. They're stealing. Like, I feel like that's one, like, change in philosophy. It's like, no. We're done fucking trying to be real picky with pitches. It's in the zone, fucking destroy it. I feel like he's so aggressive as a coach. He does not give a fuck. If you fuck his players, he's coming for you. That's what it feels like with Don Kelly. And I think the players are responding to that. Dude, there's a respect there, man. If you know your manager is going to go out there and fight for you, and not just sit there and not do anything, like Sheldon,
like this, in the
sit on the edge of the bench,
dude. I mean, dude, there, and even the players, bro. The other night when that happened, with Davis, and Don Kelly went out there and he fucking flipped on that ump, and then he gets tossed. Did you see Mitch Keller down there yelling, "Fuck you!"
Yep, fuck you,
bro.
Yep.
What have you ever seen?
McCutcheon standing in the dugout, mean mugging him.
Kutch mean mugging him, and then after the game, Kutch went after him. Like, look, I think there's something there. I think Kelly has told those guys, look, we got to come to work and let's get it done. Like, I think he had a talk like, hey, you still got fucking 5 months left. Like, this is the beginning of the season. This is when he first took over, I'm guessing. And let's go. Like, don't get down in the dumps. Just play baseball. Let's win these series. Take it series by series, and let's win them. And I think they've responded well. I just do. I just think that, and I do think that Lamont and Truby and maybe Rebello maybe have had a hand in helping with these things. Because maybe there's things they saw that they just would not dare say to Shelton. But with Kelly, he's probably like, hey, like, look, what you guys got on your minds? And look at what's going on. So I just that's the way I look at it.
I think Kelly getting tossed multiple times, if nothing else, just shows the team that there's an amount of giving a fuck that was not there before.
Right.
Just was not there.
And so if you want to go back, a manager, Shelton or not Shelton, Clint Hurdle was kind of like that a little bit, where he just had this, snarl about him, where he would sometimes go after the umps in his earlier stints. But Donnie just has a different demeanor about him, where you can tell he'll go get in an ump's face and he does not give a fuck, and he'll tell you what he thought of what you just did.
Yeah. Another big reason why the Pirates are starting to do a lot better is Brian Reynolds. He is back, baby. So check this out, guys. In his last 15 games, he's batting .333 with a .409 on base percentage, has 14 RBIs, 7 walks, 12 strikeouts, though. But in his last 7 games, he's batting .414 with a .469 on base percentage, with 9 RBIs. Yeah, it's his last 7 games where like it's really clicked. And dude, I was hoping once we got close to June, he was going to be ready, and he's good to go.
The philosophy change in the batter's box with Don being there, I think helps him and a few other people too.
I mean, he traditionally takes him like that's when he starts to really get on fire is June.
Yeah.
He's just like how Kutch used to be. But like it was really bad this time. The first 2 months, it was way worse than it usually is. But yeah, so I mean, he's back, and I'm glad to see it because it was one of the main reasons why the team has struggled so bad has been his hitting has really been horrible. But a guy that's really stepped up is Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. Like IKF has been on fire lately. Like his last 15 games, he's batting .365 with a .411 on base percentage. He's got 5 RBIs. He's got 2 walks. The guy's not a power hitter. He's not. It's just not who he is. But I mean, look for a team that a month ago had 5 guys batting in the high 180s. I'll take a guy that's gonna get on bat 300 and get on base a lot. In his last 7 games, he's batting .360, .385. He's got 5 RBIs. Like, dude, he's doing really well for them. And man, he's the only one that's been consistent, in my opinion, the whole season so far.
Yeah, 100%. I absolutely am somebody who has shit on IKF. Not necessarily for his field or for his hitting, but for his fielding. But nevertheless, I have shit on IKF, and I will give credit where credit is due. He's hitting very, very well, and I can only hope that he continues to hit very, very well. And not only that, improves his fielding a little bit. But it's better. It's better. It's definitely better. Like there hasn't been as many wild throws over to first.
Right.
He's making less errors, and stuff's going to happen as you play baseball. Errors happen, but like he's looking more comfortable, a little bit better. And
weird stat I saw since Kelly took over, the Pirates only have 3 errors.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy, but yeah. Another one I want to talk about was Henry Davis. Has he figured it out? Like he's looked way better. I know he hadn't had to hit his last couple games, but like before that, I mean, he was batting .286 in the last 7 games, a .375 on base percentage, 4 RBIs, 3 walks to 5 strikeouts. For his ratio, it's actually pretty good, strikeout to walk ratio. Had a home run the other day, had that double that was crushed to the fence. Do you think he figured it out?
I'd love to think that. I'll tell you what, he definitely you talk about him a lot whenever he's not hitting, but whenever he starts hitting, man, look out because he can really make some contact and drive the ball.
Yeah. I just there's something about Adam Frazier had him start doing some drill, and it seems like as soon as he did that, boom. It's
been noticeable, like very noticeable, not just watching stats go up. Like you watch him bat, he just looks more confident. He's attacking the ball, and it's very noticeable.
Yeah, I mean, the hope is he's starting to understand, MLB pitching. And if that's the case, man, again, another huge thing for him. I mean, this is a number 1 overall pick. If he figures it out, look out. Speaking of like catchers, I mean, Endy is back. Bart got put on the IL. I'm glad to see him back too. I like Endy. He's an exciting player. He's another one that he's got a high ceiling. It's just that injuries keep happening, so it's always an injury with him. So we get to see him today. In fact, I'll get into that when we get into the pregame. But like, dude, I'm actually excited to see Endy back. It sucks that Bart got hurt, but at the same time, this is kind of the thing we've got with them: Bart, Endy, Davis. Like you got so many catchers that, man,
that's a luxury.
That might be our most talented position right now.
Really could be
up on the team, really. So so it's tough, but unfortunately, Bart got hurt, and he's up. We get to see him.
Catchers and pitchers, man. I mean, you can't argue. Falter's been pitching his ass off, and he's another one that I shit on based off of last year, how he started the year and whatnot. But last night, 7 innings, no runs. I mean, the dude is pitching his fucking ass off.
I guess I could say position players is what I'm talking about when it comes to catching.
Yeah. No, I know what you meant,
but pitching, that's a whole other.
I had to mention Falter just because.
Dude, I had a crazy stat about Falter. I actually had it in my notes here to bring him up. What was it? In the last month, do you want to know what his ERA is?
Sub 1, I think.
I think I saw this 7.6.
Yeah.
Yep. Insane, dude. Insane.
Bro, nuts. Like, I mean, just absolutely fucking on fire.
Sub 1 is ridiculous.
Dude, it's crazy.
That's MLB The Show numbers.
Yeah, dude. Speaking of pitchers, I also wanted to get into Ashcraft and Burrows both got called up. Congratulations. They all completed the trifecta of Harrington, Burrows, and Ashcraft getting called up before Bubba Chandler. I told you guys, it was literally going to be all of them first before Bubba Chandler.
We go back a couple months. You literally said that.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So I just, just crazy. Burrows so far, while he's been up, I had the stats here for it. Let me go back here. It hasn't been great for Burrows while he's been up. 8.64 ERA, and 8.1 innings pitched, a 1.56 WHIP. So not the best. Hopefully that gets a little better. As far as Ashcraft, though, I think he threw 3 innings the other day and he did really well. Ashcraft, it wasn't for injury, dude, my man would be a starter right now. Like, he's legit good. Like, I remember watching him. God, I can't remember if it was the breakout game last year or I'm trying to remember, but like Ashcraft is legit. He's another one. As far as Luke, what you said about pitching, you are absolutely right. That out of all the positions, pitching is just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Next thing I wanted to bring up was, when do you guys think Bubba Chandler will be called up?
Never at this point.
Yeah.
Never.
September.
Huh? September.
I'll tell you what, it ain't gonna be October because motherfucking Pirates ain't gonna be playing.
Yeah, dude. Right now, down AAA, he's got a 2-1 record, a 2.03 ERA.
Wow.
48.2 innings pitched, 69 strikeouts, and a 1.07 WHIP.
Did you say 69 strikeouts and 48 innings?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know what their issue is with him, man. I really don't.
Well, I can tell you, it's the Super 2. They're trying to avoid that. And I was talking to a buddy of mine, and he heard that there's a window of like June 5th to like June 12th. Like once they clear that window is when he'll get called up. That's when they'll clear the Super 2 probably. So if they, I don't know. I don't want to get my hopes up here. But if they keep doing what they're doing and then he gets caught up, I'm going to be pretty amped.
That'd be
Summer could be
nice
fun. Summer could be really fun.
That'd be a really fun rotation.
I don't want to get ahead of myself though. Like it's the Pirates, so I don't want to get ahead of myself. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the pregame. This is the series right here with the Padres. It's going to be Andrew Heaney taking on Randy Vasquez for the Padres. Heaney's got 11 starts, a 3-4 record, and a 3.41 ERA. It's ridiculous. His record is 3-4, but anyways. 44 Ks to 24 walks. Heaney's actually had a really good season. I think he's struggled a little lately, though. Randy Vasquez has also had 11 starts, record of 3-4 as well. A 3.58 ERA and 32 strikeouts to 27 walks. Basically, in his last game, he went 6.1 innings, 5 Ks, 4.26 ERA, and a 1.11 WHIP. So not great, not horrible. I got the lineup too. I got the lineup for today as well. It's going to be Cruz, McCutchen, Reynolds, Horwitz, Hayes, Frazier, Pham. And Andy's getting a start today, and then IKF. And then the lineup for the Padres is going to be Tatis, Arraez, Machado, Merrill, Sheets, Bogarts, Cronenworth, Iglesias, Maldonado. So, yeah, I kind of wish I was – I don't know. I don't know why Canario's not out there. I'm guessing maybe lefty-righty matchup. But I don't know, man. I hate to be on Pham like that. I think he's actually hit better lately. Pham. But dude, Canario just, I don't know. I feel like he's a better defender and a better hitter. I just feel like it's better.
He's just a better all around. What is he? 25. Yeah. Pham's 37. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. It's just,
I don't get it either.
Whatever, rest
it has
or
to be
pitcher matchup or what.
It has to be.
It's the only logical explanation is they don't like the Canario matchup.
Because remember, they'll even dive into like, oh, he has a history of having better stats against his pitcher. Like, say, Pham has faced Vasquez and done really well, so Pham will get that start over Canario.
Yeah.
I could see that, too, besides the lefty-righty stuff, if that's even a factor in this.
Yeah.
But in general, that's one of the things that I could see.
I just wanted to make a quick point
sure.
from you talking about Heaney's record. Our starting pitchers' records are very deceiving because a lot of them have been pitching really, really, really well. But up until like, I don't know, a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, we weren't hitting anything. So there was 0 run support going on. And these starters came out and pitched their ass off and pitched really, really, really good. Yet they have a record like 3-4 because they got 0 run support whatsoever. So those records, and I just wanted to say, like, and we all know this, those records are not indicative of how they've been pitching. They're just indicative of how little we've been hitting up until recent.
That's criminal that Heaney has a 3-4 record.
Yeah. Dude, like I said, you got to swing the bat. You got to swing the bat to put up runs. And they
put up more than a run, yeah.
And now they're aggressive, and look what's happening. 19 runs in 2 games against the Diamondbacks the other day. The other 2 days. Like, dude.
Insane.
So,
and insane. We just went on a history-tying streak of scoring 4 runs or less for how many games in a row, and then boom, 19 runs. Like, that's not a skill issue.
No.
Right.
Like,
there's something.
A catalyst in there.
The philosophy was wrong, and they just wanted to bang their head off a wall instead of fixing it. But now they fixed it. Like they at least we think they have. Like they're it's just incredible. That's why Sheldon should have never been the manager of this team this year. Period. It should have been obvious, but someone didn't want to be proven wrong. And that's what this is really about. All right, guys. You guys got anything else before we go?
Yeah, I wanted to point out a couple of Kutch stats that he is coming up on 1 home run away from, tying up on Clemente with the Pirates. And then 4 walk-off home runs, he's going to tie Willie Stargell.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
So
the GOAT.
Kutch is getting up there, man.
Yeah, dude. But it's amazing. It's awesome. And I hope he gets into the Hall of Fame. I really do.
Pirates posted that today, and I was like, wow.
Yeah.
We've really been watching Kutch a long time.
Yeah, I was watching it last night. He hit a home run, and they mentioned that he was 1 away from
Clemente.
Roberto.
Hit an absolute bomb.
Yeah.
All right.
That was the news.
All right. Anything else?
That is it.
All right. Everybody, thanks for listening or watching. We appreciate it. If you like what you're watching, please subscribe to the Steelers Sanctuary channel here so you can get your baseball and your football fix. All right, guys. Take care. We're out.
Is that all?
No. Wait a minute. The fuck? Why would you do that? Maybe we should think about this.
You are without doubt the worst pirate I've ever heard of.
But you have heard of me.